Welcome to Chris's Corner. This is a time in the show where Kyle runs off somewhere and does something. Okay, I don't believe you're doing anything if you're playing that, whatever that is, the kazoo. Better start twerking. Come on, that's what you went to go do?
That's what I always go to do.
This YouTube page that has AI voiceover?
Horrible AI voiceover.
So I don't feel bad just watching it, but you can go. It's called QTR, and they haven't been around very long, but they already have double our subscribers.
Don't go to their page, watch their page on our page.
Yeah, because we need the subscribers. If anyone were to have like 1,000 subscribers and then they go, let's watch Back to the Sofa stuff, don't go to their site. Do it.
Yeah, do that.
Do it. They need it. They want it. So we're cool with that. But no one's ever going to do that.
Why do they have 27,000? God damn it.
It eats him alive. This is not, your self-worth is not tied to how many subscribers you have.
No. Your self-worth is not tied to how many subscribers you have. Please like and subscribe. Oh my God.
Anywho, let's check out 14 box office disasters that Hollywood tried to bury. Oh my God, come on.
Michael Crichton.
I got to start this off right now. Wow, it only made 37. Sphere is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I watched this movie. I liked it.
I love this movie. I think it's an intense psychological thriller. It does so much right. Oh my God. Queen Latifah's in it.
In 98, they probably made their money back on video rental.
And on IMDb and stuff, I've looked this up. It does like 60%. Like, people don't like this movie.
Really?
And I don't get it. Oh, it was such a good movie.
Here's what they're saying out loud. They don't understand cinema.
I haven't pushed it in a long time.
You know, the guy behind Jurassic Park. Sphere had all the right
Michael
ingredients
Crichton.
for a 90s sci-fi hit, an all-star cast, underwater UFOs, and a mysterious sphere that brings your wildest dreams to life.
Great idea.
But despite the cool concept, the movie bombed. The special effects were average, and the pacing
It
dragged.
was too
Average.
smart.
The special effects were not average. This was done.
It's too smart.
It doesn't have enough exploding boobs in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exploding boobs
Even with the
would be
stellar
a
cast.
smash hit.
With today's love for slow burn, cerebral sci-fi, Annihilation, Arrival being prime examples, Sphere could totally work in a remake.
Did I zoom in on
Just
this on
tighten up the
accident?
script and make it actually, well, special. In one corner,
All right, I just want to wrap up here that it's a good movie. You should check it out. It's a deeper psychological style film, but it's not super slow. It's done well, and it has a whole bunch to it. It's worth your time, is what I'm trying to
The
say.
acting alone is really good.
you've got Aladdin with Robin Williams as a beloved genie. In the other, Toys, with Williams as a quirky toy factory heir, battling his military-minded brother. Guess which one families flocked to in December 1992? Hint, not this one. Toys was imaginative but lacked a clear identity. Trying to be deep and playful at the same time didn't quite land.
Yeah.
Plus, that whole video games lead to violence bit felt old and tired even back then. But if
Exactly.
they reworked it today, ditch the dated tropes and lean into the weird, whimsical factory vibes of Willy Wonka, and this movie might actually find an audience.
I got to admit that I never watched the film. I watched
I watched it. I didn't like it. I have a super hot take is that Robin Williams is too sad to watch.
What do you mean?
He was so miserable his whole life, and watching him at the end of his life and talk about how sad and depressed he's been and how he's masking everything, and that I can't watch Robin Williams. All I see is a sad person pretending to be happy, and I can't do it.
That's all of them. You stare at Corey all day.
Right, but he said so.
All right. I don't...
I told you it was a hot take.
What Dreams May Come was really good. All right, well, okay.
Jack Nicholson takes the lead
Never heard
as
of it.
Charlie Smith,
The Border.
immigration officer caught in a moral mess. To support his family, Charlie gets tangled in an illegal smuggling ring. But when he crosses paths with a young Mexican mother whose baby's been kidnapped,
Mama!
things get personal. Suddenly, he's risking everything to do the right thing. It flopped hard back in '82. partly because the border wasn't the hot button issue it is now, but it's a gritty drama with Nicholson at the...
It's still not a hot button issue, by the way. It's just super inflammatory.
Right.
I don't think just these clips. I don't see Nicholson needing to be in this. It's Nicholson's like a character that needs to be front and center, and he's the main. Not like he's supporting stuff. And
hey, he had 3 months to where he needed some work to pay for another gold pool at his mansion, and he did this.
And he loved every minute of it.
His game. DC decided to dip its toes in the Western genre.
Never saw this. It didn't look great, but I wasn't hating on it. But it just didn't look like a good movie to me from a distance, and I never watched.
How did you greenlight this and not the 1,000 other better DC characters?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It was cheap, and James Brolin wanted to do it. I don't know. I really don't.
Jonah Hex
It only made $10 billion.
missed the mark by a mile. Instead of leaning into the gritty, hard-edged roots of the character, they delivered a generic, half-baked superhero flick that no one wanted. Fans of the comic were left scratching their heads, and Western lovers weren't impressed either. In the end, it was a movie that didn't know who it was for, and that confusion sealed its fate.
Jonathan Lipton?
Tank Girl was a post-apocalyptic fever dream that threw
Tank Girl? Oh, jeez!
Tank Girl is one of the best movies ever.
Dude, $4 million on a $25 million budget is insane. Everybody got fired.
Yeah.
Everybody got fired. But I did respect the film when it came out. I didn't love it, but I respected the hell out of it, that it was so different and so unique.
Every...
Ice-T was a kangaroo, wasn't he?
Yeah. Every alternative, like, emo, goth, every anime lover, like... We all watched this movie a bunch of times, and a bunch of girls I knew, they were like empowered by this movie. Like, it was huge for people on the fringes of society, but I guess regular people didn't
punk
like it.
attitude and water wars into the mix, all with Lori Petty leading the charge. It was way too weird.
She was
for
great. She was
mainstream
perfectly cast,
audiences
by
at
the way.
time.
Right.
But over the years, its bizarre charm has earned it cult status.
Oh,
Petty's
soundtrack was
wild
good?
energy and the movie's in-your-face aesthetic were way ahead of the curve, even if no one got it back in '95. It's the kind of movie that lives on with fans who appreciate its unapologetic weirdness, despite its box office flop.
I agree. Good film.
A joint U.S.-British space
Oh,
mission.
boy.
Never heard of it.
Some people have been asking us to check out Lifeforce. Wasn't it Lifeforce?
I'll watch it.
Didn't you guys? Somebody out there said we should check out Lifeforce, and here's why.
On an alien craft, chilling in the tail of Halley's Comet. What do they find? Space vampires, naturally.
Cool.
Directed by Texas Chainsaw
Yeah, I've heard that
legend
before.
Tobe Hooper. Life
Not
Force
falling
was a
for that.
wild mix of exploitative elements and bonkers special effects.
Space
These
penis.
audiences scratching their heads.
What?
From theaters faster than you can
didn't see
say
that?
Alien knockoff, it bombed hard. But it looks like space vampires deserve better. And over the years, the movie has earned the cult status it never got back in '85.
So am I to understand that this film that keeps saying it has space vampires actually has space vampires, and the film Space Vampires doesn't?
No, it's this inverse thing to where if you call the movie Space Vampire, it doesn't have space vampires. And if you call the movie Life Force, it does have space vampires. That's how naming movies works.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
In the zany world of
Love Mystery Men.
a
is
bunch of
good.
misfit superheroes decided
too
it's up to
smart
them
for
to save
everyone.
Champion City from the villainous Casanova Frankenstein.
This is such a great movie. It came out at, I think, a good time, but not a good time. And it had great actors. Ben Stiller, everybody, Pee-wee was in it.
Yeah.
Everybody did a great job. I think it was really smart. I think it was really well done. And it just did not land with the audience. They did not care. They did not... Yeah, if it wasn't Superman or if it wasn't Batman or if it wasn't something like that, they just saw this and they were like,
Yep.
satire of a comic book of a superhero? That's dumb. And now we have, The Boys and all of that
Right.
stuff. Too bad, because I love it. I still go, we've always been nemesis. Nemesis. Nemesises. Nemesis, you idiot.
Featuring a stacked cast of 90s comedic greats, Ben Stiller, William Macy, Hank Azaria, the movie had all the right ingredients but got steamrolled by a crowded box office. Superhero
Super
flicks
Kableen!
weren't dominating the scene yet, and this goofy parody flew under the radar. But as superhero fatigue sets in today, the love for mystery men has only grown, with its offbeat charm making it more relevant now than ever.
Kaboom.
The Monster Squad follows a
What?
ragtag group of kids
Whoa,
who take it upon
what?
Our
themselves
Monster
to
Squad
save their
video
town.
is on Patreon for free.
Yeah, we can't. I tried putting it back on YouTube again, and it just will not happen. The owners of the property kill everybody. $12 million it takes to make $3.7 million. That is
Jeez,
such
and
a
it's using all of the classic characters from that one movie studio, and they're like, man, we're gonna sell so many toys.
Universal, yeah. And the bad part about all of this, it's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a smart, funny, dark, yet still edged around for kids, but an adult can watch it and still get it.
Yeah.
That is such a tightrope to walk, and they did it, and it felt like effortless. The Wolfman exploding was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen, and then it gets put back together. Like, just stuff like that. Like, they did so well on this film, and it's a shame that it just never got its flowers. Wolfman's had its arts.
Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, the mummy, and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Despite having a killer premise, the movie tanked at the box office. Critics slammed it for
You gotta save the school from the uncool.
and sharing a release window with the Lost Boys didn't help either. Still, Monster Squad has built up a serious cult following over the years.
That was so
And
good.
it's one of those flicks that just needed to land at the right time to get the love it deserved. Set in the small,
Never heard of it.
hockey-obsessed town of Mystery, Alaska, the movie revolves around a local team taking on the New York Rangers in a wild exhibition game.
That
It
sounds
had its
terrible.
moments, but the film didn't
Yeah.
quite click with audiences.
Was
maybe
this
because it was
Canada
too
only?
niche,
What is this?
Or just
Yeah,
bored.
because there's not enough people in
Hockey wasn't
Canada to have a
exactly top of
Canada-only
mind for most
movie.
moviegoers. The real issue
must be
here is
Burt
that this
Reynolds or
was built for
something.
TV,
Never heard of
not
it.
the big screen.
Has
Imagine
a bunch
it
of
as a
actors.
series. Slow burn comedy, drama, and hockey action spread out over multiple episodes, Letterkenny style. It would have fared way better with that format. Dan
I never heard of that, and I don't think I don't think I need to see that.
No, nothing but trouble. I haven't heard of that either. Go to hell.
Whoa!
Aykroyd's directorial debut was a bizarre mashup of
Oh.
horror and comedy that left
So Dan Aykroyd just did Ghostbusters or Ghostbusters 2 or something, I don't know. And he was firing on all cylinders, doing great, funny. Everything was going good. So he came up with this idea of a movie called Nothing But Trouble. And then he brought Chevy Chase in. Chevy kind of took over some things as Chevy Chase does because he's a huge dick to this day.
Yeah.
Fight me. I'll fight Chevy Chase right now. Look what he did to Community. Anyway, so they made this film, and it's a disturbing kind of weird, misses the mark. Picture if Ghostbusters was done in a way that was kind of gross and not fun and not cool. You would get that about a Southern family has the judge and the town all in cahoots that are all gross looking and that hold hostage some rich people that are driving through town.
says Baffled. The story centers on a group of travelers who wind up in a nightmare town.
John Candy was in this
Against a
too.
106-year-old judge who's got some pretty twisted ideas of justice. Critics tore it apart, and the mix of grotesque horror and slapstick comedy didn't land. But over the years, fans have come out of the woodwork to defend it.
It's so
It's a
unique, but
misunderstood cult gem. Sure, it could
I
have
don't
dialed
quite
back the gross
understand
out
it.
stuff, but there's something undeniably unique about its weirdness. Innocent Blood gives us a French vampire with a
Never heard of it.
conscience,
Throw it away.
Marie,
oh,
who only feeds on criminals. Things go sideways when she
Ooh.
bites a mobster who survives and starts wreaking havoc with his new undead powers.
Chaz Paul
Add in
Montalbert,
a cop, some revenge-hungry gangsters,
that guy.
and you've got a vampire-gangster mashup that had all the makings of something cool, but it
Ooh, vampire gangsters. Wait, we did
We
watch
watched
that.
a vampire gangster movie. What was that
I
called?
don't remember.
Oh my
We were
God.
taking requests like 2 years ago when we first started.
Yeah.
And someone recommended this vampire gangster movie, and we watched it. Go back. It's
In the edit, Chris will put it right here. Yeah, Jimmy Kahn.
James Caan they got for this. Good. Face away from the camera. I think both cameras. I think.
Yeah,
That's
this is set up really well.
I didn't know you had one of these.
He
Pulled out
ripped
his
his heart out. You're a bald one, damn it.
Don't worry, I'll send you the link.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I will.
No. So,
It should have been cool.
hey,
Boppity boopity, drink of the sangre.
and click. Despite having Animal House director John Landis behind it, the movie felt
John
miscast and
Landis
stumbled with weird
directed the
tonal
Blues
shifts.
Brothers.
Plus, with Bram Stoker's Dracula on the way, audiences were
Oh my
already
God,
looking
Tupac was
elsewhere.
in that.
Set in
something
2078
Screamers!
on distant planet Sirius 6B.
You've never seen Screamers?
No.
Curious. Starring RoboCop himself. Well, the reason is because
Yeah, that was in 1995. It was like an opium den or something. I wasn't watching movies.
exactly. I heard of it, never watched it.
Drops us in the middle of a war over
Oh.
where the real enemies are machines that have evolved
Post-apocalyptic.
programming and now want all humans dead. Peter Weller leads the charge as Joe Hendrickson, trying to find a way to make peace with the machines.
Wow,
While
Landis
Screamers
Code
had a
of
killer
Clue, huh?
premise and a bleak dystopian backdrop that looked great, it still fell into way too many sci-fi cliches. Despite the strong
I remember
material
pieces
from
of
Philip
it,
K. Dick,
and it just
couldn't
it wasn't
avoid feeling like
it
a
wasn't
mishmash
solid. It
of
wasn't
familiar
good.
tropes. A remake of the French hit comedy Just Visiting tried to bring medieval hijinks into modern-day America, starring Jean Reno and Christina Applegate.
You know, really? You know what I'm learning? A lot of these should have been buried.
Yeah.
A lot of stick with your instincts, Hollywood. You know, sometimes we say like, why do they do that? Why didn't they just release? No, this could
Yeah, just put it on the shelf.
trash can's fine.
You should write it off on your
What worked
taxes.
in France didn't quite land here. The cultural gap was just too wide for the comedy to translate, and the reviews were
Wow, a bold move.
Head
French
Start
comedy in America.
that wasn't
Not a good idea.
While Just
They
Visiting
love Jerry Lewis.
is a quirky, low-budget comedy on a streaming service someday. It's hard to see it ever getting the love it missed the first
Poor
time
Christina
around.
Applegate.
In a dystopian 2007, yep,
Oh, this is one of the. Okay, look.
So we've watched other karate video game movies on the channel. Now we may need to add this to the playlist.
It's worth our time because it is a bad movie. However, one of the main actors played like he's an actual martial artist. Great. He did a bunch of other stuff like that food show. Anyway, however, it is very campy. It's very stupid, and I watched a couple videos on YouTube about it, about Double Dragon, and the video game was great. No denying that.
The video game was amazing. I've spent quarter after quarter after quarter trying to get to the end of that game, and I have a couple times.
Mark Dacascos. So, yeah, he's in John Wick.
Okay, great.
But anyway, it is a terrible film, but I still like it.
Well, I want to watch it on the channel. We'll do it for
Double
movie night
Dragon
or something.
Step inside the puppet zone, Chris and Kyle not alone. Sofa stains, you run the show, chat it up, let madness flow. Romo puppets loose and weird, watching junk that's kinda feared. Plug in, tune out, let it flow. Puppet zone, your freaky home. It's back to the sofa puppet zone.
brothers Jimmy and Billy Lee as they battle street
Bimmy!
gangs with the help of a magical medallion. But what should have been a fun,
the help of her
action-packed
magical
ride turned into
sunglasses.
a cheesy mess. The script was
It's
weak.
terrible.
The PG-13 rating kept it from embracing its true potential, and fans of the game were left disappointed. Timing couldn't have been worse either. The Double Dragon game franchise was past its prime. But looking back, with the right mix of nostalgia and campy self-awareness, it might have worked as a cult favorite.
And yeah, I agree. I think it does. It's just, it's a terrible movie. If you go into it thinking, yeah, this is like a Birdemic style thing, then you're going to have fun with it.
I love how the AI says, if it was a little better, people would have liked it more.
I agree. What an assessment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kodama's here. We're ending the show.
Hey, Kodama, what's the link to the Twitch? Oh, Holly got it.
There you go. Twitch.tv/, back to the sofa. So yeah, come on over. We're going to hit up some stuff. I want to hit up a backlog of some stuff, including I Love New York.
Backlog!
And other stuff.
Seriously though, thanks for watching, but yeah, it's the end of the show!